Hey guys, welcome this morning. I'm Lindsay. Welcome to Power Yoga. Today we are going to be doing a combination of some chest openers, some hip openers. Going to be working the outer part of the leg and the IT band. We're going to be doing a little bit of everything. So just to give you kind of a basic premise of Power Yoga, this is not your grandma's yoga, right? This is not a gentler form of yoga. This is definitely a more strength and stretching based portion of yoga. And so this morning, we're going to get right into it. Again, I don't have any music because I'm live on Facebook, so I can't use any licensed music, unfortunately. So turn up your own tunes, and we will get started. So the only thing that you are going to need this morning is maybe one or two blocks if you have a yoga block. If not, you can use anything that's kind of somewhat sturdy for you to place your hand on or lean onto. And then you will also need a strap. So we will be working into the pose of half moon today, which is one of my favorites. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. So I'm going to have you guys just lay down on your back. Extend the arms out long on either side of you. Extend the legs long. We've had so much going on in our week this week. So I would just want you to start your session today, your journey today, by just focusing in on your breath. Now as you begin to focus in on your breath, you can keep those eyes open, or you can close the eyes if that's more centering for you. Otherwise, I just want you to begin to picture a balloon in your mind. Picture the color. Maybe you can see inside of the balloon, maybe you can't. And I want you to take all of those things that might be filling your mind right now and place them into the balloon. Feeling the core expand, feeling the rib cage come out to the sides, breathing into the upper back, expanding everything in all directions as you inhale, and exhale out through the nose, letting everything contract back into center. Making that nice deep ocean sound with the breath. Letting everything release. And from here, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. And exhale and pull the knees into the chest. can rock this from side to side if that feels good. And taking a nice deep inhale, allow the arms to float out to the sides. And then exhale and allow the knees to shift over to the left. Feeling that nice twist in the spine as you lay both shoulder blades down into the mat. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. And exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, hug the arms back around the knees, the shins. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale and roll yourself up to the top of your mat. Coming into that seated balance. Really sitting down into the sitting bones, rolling the shoulders down and back. We're going to take a nice deep inhale as we draw the legs up into tabletop. And exhale, release the arms. If you'd like to come to full boat pose here, you can do that as well. Or stay right here in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, taking the toes away from the head. Inhale, pulling it in. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, release. Inhale, taking it in. And exhale, go ahead and cross those legs in front of you. Coming into that cross-leg position. Really kind of finding those sitting bones. Maybe just trying to kind of roll through the hips a bit. Trying to align the spine here. Right over the hips. Neck in line with the spine. Good. Take a nice deep inhale up with the arms. And exhale over to your right. Keeping both sitting bones down into the ground. Again, you can take kind of that forearm to the ground if you want to get a bit deeper here. Inhale, taking the hand to the head. Exhale, draw it over to the left. Still keeping that nice breath. I don't know about you guys, but I hold a lot of my tension and stress in my neck and my shoulders. This is a wonderful stretch. Just let it go while using the breath. Inhale. And exhale and look down into the armpit. Still pressing down through the right fingertips. Taking an inhale. And exhale, lower that arm down. Inhale, rising to the top. And exhale to the other side. So we're starting with kind of a little gentler stretch here. We're going to pump it up here in a second. Take an inhale, take the hand to the head. Exhale to the other side. Again, pressing down through those left fingertips, feeling the space between the ear and the shoulder. Letting go of everything you've been holding on to. Letting go of the worries. Taking an inhale. And exhale, look down into the armpit. Taking an inhale. And exhale, release the arm down. Take a nice deep inhale up to the top. And then exhale, we're going to float those fingertips back behind us so that the fingertips are facing towards the knees. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. And then we're going to exhale, coming onto the knees or the shins, lifting up into that modified camel. Really getting a nice stretch through the hip flexors and through the chest. Really squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift, getting a little bit of strengthening in the arms. Inhale, lower. And exhale, come back to center. All right. We're going to go ahead and come on to all fours. I'm going to begin to kind of release that back a little. So fingertips are going to be nice and wide. Knees right under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, starting with that cat-cow. Taking an inhale as you look up to where your ceiling meets the wall. And exhale and round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine. We're going to go ahead and tuck the toes under and find your downward facing dog. Remember, we want to take up as much room as we can on our mat. Still pulling up as high as we can through the tailbone. You can walk those heels left and right if you want. Or shift down through the hips from side to side. Whatever feels best for you today. Just letting your head hang, looking towards the toes. Letting that chest fall towards the thighs as the tailbone lifts high, pulling tight through the core. Inhale as you look forward. Exhale, coming forward into plank. Inhale, coming back down dog. Exhale, forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. And exhale. We're going to take that left foot up into three-legged dog. And we're going to pull that knee in towards the nose. Taking an inhale. Exhale in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then we're going to come forward into plank, holding that knee up and in. Taking a nice deep inhale as you lower the knee down. Exhale, lift it up.
Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Remember, if this is bothering your wrists, you can always ball those hands up or come down into forearms. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bringing it right back into that three-legged dog. Then bringing the foot down, down dog. We're going to move to the other side. So right leg is going to lift here. And we're going to bring nose to knee. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring the knee in. Holding here, and then exhale, tap it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale one more time. Exhale, lift, drawing it all the way back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, place that foot down. Go ahead and come down into your child's pose. Shifting back, hips to heels. Lengthening through the arms. Good. Holding here. Letting go of any tension or stress that might have come into the body as you were working through that arm strengthener. All right, taking a nice deep inhale. We're going to come back up onto all fours, tuck the toes, and come into your down dog. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, walk the feet in. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan, dive up. And then exhale, bring those arms behind the chest, interlacing the fingers. Inhale as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, shoulders down and away from the ears. And then exhale, hinge yourself forward, keeping that back flat, leading with your heart. Feeling that nice stretch down the backs of the legs, looking towards the knees. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands to the low back and down to the mat. We're going to step back into our down dog here. All right, and from here, we're going to take that right hand to the left ankle. My hand's sliding here just a little bit. And we're going to try to lift that right leg back behind us. As I fall today. Inhaling here. And then exhale down. All right, we're going to try that again on the other side. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Take the foot, the opposite hand to foot. So I'm reaching left hand to right ankle. And then left leg is going to lift behind. Maybe you're falling. Maybe you can't quite stay upright. That's okay. It's better to try and fall than to not try at all, right? Taking an inhale. Exhale, release here. Coming back to that down dog. Inhale. Exhale, forward to plank. Inhaling here. Exhale, chaturanga.
Inhale to up dog.
Exhale, down dog. Looking towards the hands, inhale, exhale, walk the feet in. Inhale to half fold, exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, swan dive back down. Inhale, half fold, exhale. Now from here you can step or you can float the feet back into plank, finding your vinyasa. Coming to up dog and then to down dog. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Again, you can float or step the feet in. If you're floating, just come on to the tips of the toes here, bending through the knees, and then just give yourself a slight hop forward. Otherwise, you can just walk those feet in. Inhale here, exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, swan dive back down. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step or float the feet back, find your vinyasa. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, float or step the feet in. Inhale, half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. Last time here in our Sun Sal A. It's warming up the body. Stepping or floating back, find your vinyasa. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, float or step the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. We're going to come right into our Sun Sal B, sitting down into chair. Knees behind the toes, tailbone pointing towards the ground. Inhale, rise to the top, little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Stepping or floating back into plank, find your vinyasa. All right, we're going to start with that right leg, rising back behind, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it all the way through. Rising crescent pose. Inhale here, and then you're going to twist to your right. Inhale to the top. Exhale, back to the bottom. Stepping the foot back, now you can go plank and find that vinyasa, or you can come all the way back into that three-legged dog and then come forward. Do what feels right for your body today. Left leg rising, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull the foot all the way through. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Exhale, twist to the left. Really opening through the chest. Inhale, rise to the top. Exhale, lower down. Stepping back, plank or three-legged dog. Find your vinyasa. My battery pack does not want to stay on me today. Just hold right here in down dog. Looking towards the hands, inhale, float or step the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. And exhale, sit down into chair. Inhale, coming to the top, little mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step or float back, finding your vinyasa. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, float the foot all the way through. Inhale, rise to the top. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to the top. Exhale. Floating back, plank or three-legged dog. Find your vinyasa. Left leg rises, three-legged dog. Taking it all the way through. Inhale, rise to the top. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale down. Stepping back, plank or three-legged dog. Find your vinyasa. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, step or float the feet forward. Inhale to half fold, exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So if your breath became a little short in there, feel free to just kind of take a few deep breaths, lengthen that breath out again. Taking a nice deep inhale, rise to the top. And exhale, forward fold. Letting everything hang here. Feeling the decompression of the spine. Inhale, rise to the top, chair pose. Sinking down into your chair, keeping that chest lifted, arms up by the ears. Inhale, rise to the top, little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step or jump back, coming into your vinyasa. Good, right leg is going to lift. Three-legged dog, exhale, pulling it all the way through. Coming up, crescent pose. Exhale, revolve here to your right. From here, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. And then we're going to take that left hand down to the mat. Right arm is going to extend to the top, coming into a revolved crescent. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale, and as we do, we're going to take that right foot back behind us, coming into side plank. Remember, we want to lift through those hips, creating like an archway underneath of us. Lifting up through that arm just as high as we can. Remember, you can always lift that top leg, or you can drop to that bottom knee if you need to. Find wherever you need to be today. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to take that right foot back around and revolve up to the top, warrior two. Making sure that that front knee is out towards the pinky toe. Inhaling here to reverse warrior. Looking up into the palm of the left hand. And then exhale, reach it forward as far as you can, straightening through that front leg, coming forward into triangle pose. Always remembering in triangle pose, if we start to kind of feel that chest coming down, so our arm can't lift any higher, this is where we can use that block, place it right by that foot. Sometimes when we elevate that hand, we can open through that chest a bit more. As we open through the chest, hips are going to open as well. So again, feel for whatever works for you today. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale, lower down. Bending through that front knee, tucking that back toe under so we're in that low lunge position. Step the foot back into plank or three-legged dog, find your vinyasa. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, float or step the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, forward fold. Letting the arms hang here. You can even connect elbows if that feels good. Kind of sway a little bit back and forth. Letting it all go. Really feeling that decompression in the neck. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, rise to the top chair pose, sinking deep.
Inhale, rise to the top, a little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward.
Inhale, half fold.
Exhale, step or float back into your vinyasa.
Good. Left leg rises, three-legged dog.
Exhale, pull it all the way through. Coming up, crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling here. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Left arm is going to reach to the top. I'm still allowing that knee to come out towards the pinky toe and not let it cave in this way. Opening through the chest. A lot of times in these twisting poses, we want to hold our breath. Try not to do that here today. Take a nice deep inhale. Anchoring that right hand down to the mat, you're going to take that left foot back behind you, coming into side plank. Lifting up through those hips just as much as you can. Inhaling. If you'd like to lift that top leg, you can lift the top leg or lower the bottom knee, or just keep the feet stacked. Inhale. And then from here, we're going to take that left leg, wrap it back around, and revolve into that warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. And then exhale, reach it forward as far as you can, straightening through that front leg as you hinge and hip down. Good. Opening, revolving through the chest. That drishti or that gaze can be up towards the ceiling. It can be out in front of you or down to the ground. Whatever's most comfortable for your head and neck today. Inhale. And exhale, lower the hand down. Bending through the front knee, tucking the back toe under. Coming back into plank or three-legged dog, find your vinyasa. And from here, you can give me 2 or 3 breaths here in down dog, or if you'd like to come down to your child's pose again and rest here, feel free to do that as well. All right, adding on from here. Everybody meeting in down dog. Take a look towards the hands. Jump or step the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees as you come into chair pose. Inhale, rise to the top, little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step or float back into plank. Find your vinyasa. Right leg lifts high, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull the foot all the way through. Rise, crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale, revolve to the right, twisting here, opening through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, revolve the arms around, warrior two. Laying that back foot down. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale, forward to triangle. All right, so here's where your block is going to come in handy. You can place that right in front of the foot if you'd like. We're going to bend through that front knee and hop ourselves forward. I'm going to scoot back a little bit on my mat. Hop forward here into half moon. Really opening through the chest and through the hips.
Think about squeezing through the glutes as you open through your hips. Taking an inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale here and exhale, coming into half splits. So we're kind of creating like an L shape with the legs. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale, go ahead and lift all the way up to the top. If you let that toe touch, that's fine. If not, try to just lift straight to that knee raise here in standing staff pose. Flexing through that foot, spreading the toes wide. Taking an inhale. Exhale, floating forward into airplane pose. Arms coming back behind. Still flexing through that foot, spreading toes wide. Inhaling here. Exhale, step back into crescent pose. And then lower on down to your mat. Find your vinyasa. Whew. Hope you all are sweating with me right now. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale. Step or float the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, rising here, sinking into chair pose. Inhale, rise to the top, little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale. Stepping back or floating back into plank, find your vinyasa. All right, left leg is going to rise this time, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it all the way through. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Exhale, revolve and twist to your left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale, forward into triangle. Remembering your breath. Stepping that block in front of you. As we come forward into our half moon, taking an inhale. Exhale, bend through that front knee. And exhale, lift to the top. Opening here through the hips and through the chest. That drishti or that gaze is actually kind of our challenger in this pose. So when we start out, we want to start with those eyes looking down towards the ground. Then as we get more comfortable with this pose, you can begin to turn the eyes slightly to maybe the corner of the wall, and then up the wall, and then most advanced looking up to the ceiling. Inhaling here. Exhale as we shift down, coming into those half splits. I know that ankle is going to be on fire right now. Take an inhale and exhale. Float that right knee up, coming into that standing staff pose, spreading the toes wide, taking an inhale and exhale. Float it back into crescent, airplane pose. Inhale. And exhale, float that foot back down. Crescent pose here. Inhaling. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Float it back into plank or three-legged dog. Find your vinyasa. Beautiful work. Again, finding that child's pose if you need it, or just taking a couple rounds of breaths here in down dog. We have one more sequence left here, guys. Hang with me. Take a nice deep inhale as you look towards the hands. Float or step the feet forward.
Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, rising to the top, sitting down into your chair. Inhale, rise to the top. Little mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale. Stepping or floating back into that plank. Find your vinyasa. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Rising crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale to the top. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale, forward into triangle. Inhaling here. Exhale, taking the left hand down. Right arm is going to lift, coming into our revolved triangle. Again, place that block beside the foot if you need it. And then taking that block right in front of the foot again, we're going to come into our revolved half moon. So we're going to take a nice big bend in that knee, lifting to the top here, keeping that arm revolved, lifting through the leg. Think about squeezing those inner thighs towards each other. Inhale. Exhale to half split. Inhale. Again, try not to let the toe touch the ground if you can, rising all the way up to staff pose. Bring that left knee with you. Inhale. And then you're going to take right hand to left knee and revolve and open to your left. Inhale. And exhale, step back, crescent pose. Inhaling here, nice strong legs. Exhale, coming down to your mat. Find your vinyasa. Beautiful. Looking towards the hands, inhale. Exhale, float or step the feet forward. Inhale to half fold. Exhale. Big bend in the knees, reverse swan dive up. And exhale, sit down into chair. Inhale, rise to the top, a little mini extension. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, stepping or floating back into your vinyasa. All right, left leg rises behind three-legged dog. Exhale, pull the foot all the way through, rising up to the top, crescent pose. Inhaling here. Exhale, twist to the left. Hope you all are sweating with me. Take an inhale up to the top. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale, forward into triangle. Inhale. Exhale, taking the right hand down. Left arm rises.
And floating that block in front of you if you'd like. Otherwise, we're just going to lift and revolve into that revolved half moon. Again, locking those bandhas in the inner thighs. Really lifting up through the core. Inhale. And exhale, lower into half split. Inhale, rising to the top, standing staff pose. Bringing that right knee with you, flexing through that foot, widening the toes. Inhale here, and then exhale, revolve and twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot back, coming into crescent pose. Exhale, find your vinyasa. Now everybody lowering down to the knees, nice and wide, big toes together, hips to heels, child's pose. You made it through the flow today. Nice work. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale, come on to all fours. Tucking the toes under, find your down dog. Right leg's gonna lift high, three-legged dog. And then exhale and wrap that right foot around the outside of the right hand. Back knee is gonna come down, back foot flat. Coming into your modified lizard. This is a great stretch for the glute of the front leg and the hip flexor of the back leg. It's one of my favorite poses to stretch, especially if you're a runner, a biker, a lifter, any of those things. You can stay on hands or you can come down onto forearms. Or maybe if you have splits, full splits in your pose, this is a great time to go for that as well. Here's where that balloon really comes back to mind here. Still placing those thoughts in the balloon and watching it float away. Allowing these last few minutes to be just for you. Taking a nice deep inhale as you come back up onto the palms. Tuck that back toe under, activate the leg, and come back into three-legged dog. Inhale here, and exhale forward. Coming down into pigeon pose. So my front leg is as parallel to the front of the mat as I can get it. And then I'm just going to center my hips over that leg and begin to come forward here. And here's where you really want to use that breath. It's going to help to release those really tight muscles. A lot of us might be sitting in chairs, or maybe you've done a lot more physical activity than you normally do. Just trying to get outside and do something. Maybe those muscles are a little sore. Just find your breath here. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, come up onto the palms. We're going to do all of that on the other side, tucking the toe under, activating the leg. Stepping back into plank, inhaling here. And then exhale to down dog. Left leg rises this time, three-legged dog. Exhale, pulling the foot around, wrapping it around the outside of the left hand. And dropping the back knee down, back foot flat. And just slowly kind of just sink into this pose. It doesn't have to be rushed or hurried. Let the head hang, looking back towards that back knee. Inhale. And exhale, go ahead and come back up on to the palms. Tuck the toe under, activating the leg. Step back, three-legged dog. Inhale. And exhale, back forward into pigeon. Taking an inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes under, activate the leg. Come up onto the palms. Into plank, taking a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. All right, so from here you can untuck those toes, flatten those feet. I'll kind of rearrange my mat a little bit here. And you're going to take those arms out to the sides as if you're creating kind of a T with your arms. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. I'm just going to take the right leg and the right arm over the top, making sure that I keep that left arm out to the side. You can rest your head down on a block beside you, or just down on the mat, whatever feels best for your head and neck. Just feeling that really deep opening through the chest. Letting go of anything that you're holding on to today, anything that's holding you back. And take an inhale and exhale to the other side. Exhale, come on back center. You're going to press yourself up. Take those legs out in front of you. So if you have a strap, that's great. You don't necessarily have to have one here. Or if you have like an old tie or something, that would work as well. We're just going to go ahead and lay on back. Get a little bit more of a stretch here in the legs. So we're going to take that right foot into the strap first. And again, if you don't have a strap, you can always just reach here. Or you can make that peace sign and lock big toe too. I personally like the strap the best because then I can just kind of relax my shoulders down onto the mat. Taking an inhale. Exhale and allow the foot to go out to the side. You might be able to hear my dogs in the background. Take a nice deep inhale, drawing it center. Exhale and cross that leg over the top. Allowing that right arm to fall out to the side. Maybe one of these days they can join me for a live session. We'll have some doggy yoga together. Or maybe cat yoga if you're a cat person. Take an inhale, draw it back to center. And then exhale, switch feet. Bringing that left foot into the strap. Big toes towards the head. Inhale. Exhale and allow the foot to come over to the left. Right arm extends out to the side. Making sure that we're still grounding down through both glutes. Opening as wide as we can through the hips. So even if that leg's a little higher but those glutes are still on the ground, that's okay. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Taking that leg over the top. Left arm extends out to the side. Inhale to the top. And exhale, release that strap. And just kind of sit it over to the side here. Taking both knees into the chest. I'm just going to give a little extra stretch today to those IT bands. I don't know if any of you are feeling them, but I am feeling them. They're that little band that runs all the way from the hip down to the exterior part of the knee. So we're going to take that right leg over the left. We're going to stack those knees and come into that supine cow face, grabbing for both ankles. Just kind of feeling that stretch here. Keeping that low back on the ground. Taking an inhale. recross on the other side. Inhale. And exhale, uncross here. We're going to roll over to our left side, placing our left arm underneath. We're just going to give a good stretch to the quadriceps, kicking that right foot back behind and just reaching for that ankle. So you should feel this in the quadriceps all the way up into the hip flexors. Inhale. And exhale, crossing over to the other side. Take an inhale. And exhale, come back to center, pulling those knees into the chest. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, allow the arms to float out to the side, drawing both knees over to the left. Ending the way that we began our practice today. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. And exhale, release those feet down onto the mat. We're going to come into our final Shavasana. For some of you, Shavasana might be kind of a hard thing, just because sometimes the hardest pose is to just allow ourselves to be still. But I just want to encourage you today to just take these last few minutes to really try to dive inward. And you can close the eyes or you can keep the eyes open. And if you have any thoughts that are starting to drift back into your mind as we come to the end of our journey today, just place them back into the balloon. Let go of the string. And feel the freedom of allowing that balloon to float away. And as that balloon floats away, begin to take a scan of your body. Starting at the tips of your toes, feeling the muscles in the feet begin to release. Maybe here's where you begin to notice how tight and restricted your body really was. Sometimes we don't realize how stressed we are until we relax.
Just really get back into that deep breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Feel your legs become heavier. Letting your breath drown out anything that's going on around you. Knowing that we're all in this together. And that we're never truly alone. Maybe you feel warmth spreading in your body as you breathe. Feeling the base of the tailbone release as you lay each vertebra down one at a time. Releasing through the shoulder blades. Feeling the eyes soften, the jaw release, allowing the tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Again, just noticing the feeling of letting go and letting be. Reminding yourself again that you're not alone, that we have each other in this journey together. Remembering that we don't just practice yoga on our mats, but also in life. So when you reach a stressful point of your day, just remember to stop and to breathe. Knowing that your breath can take you back to your center. Taking a nice deep inhale. Go ahead and wiggle through the fingers and through the toes, allowing your body to reawaken. Taking an inhale And exhale, roll over to your side into a fetal position. Drawing the bottom arm under the head and neck for support. Letting all the blood redisperse through the body. Allowing the muscles to reconnect to the bone. Taking an inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and push yourself up to a seated position on your mat. Crossing those legs. Again, centering the spine over the hips. Lengthening all the way up to the top of the head. Tucking the chin just slightly as you extend those arms out long in front of you. Taking an inhale. And let's exhale out through the mouth. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Taking hands to heart center. Thank you for choosing yoga for yourself today. May the light in me salute and honor the light in each of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.